live. It is 3:11 Central Standard Time in the United States, 9:11 BST in the UK. It is the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe.
Hey.
Coming to you live this 11th day of August, 2024. And we are joined by a special guest. Guess what, folks? Yeah,
Hey.
if you thought he was not real, very much is. He's not just some bot. It's Jimmy. Thank you, sir, for coming on. Oh, you're a fan
Staying
of the
very
show.
hydrated.
Oh man, that's good, man. We're glad to finally have you on. We're excited. It's been you've always been following us and that kind of thing. So thanks for joining us, man.
Hey.
My bad.
So-
I had sound on.
Yeah, there's a slight echo for me.
There's
Yeah,
me. My bad.
Or no.
Joe's an idiot. So anyway,
Well, we all knew that. So
it is a Sunday, so we decided now Jimmy,
there's Scoop.
Scoop's in the chat. So obviously we have our and Manos is and Manos, so you realize that's come on, not common. It's cool. English is a second language. I'm not going to give them too much heat about it, but it's come on, we're ready. They are waiting. So anyway, thanks for joining us. I realize that's this is a lot for you because you've always been in our chat. You've always been a supporter of the show. We have always enjoyed having your hydration reminders because we don't do that very often. And so we appreciate you, man. So basically, how did you figure out we were on this show? Like, were you a fan of Juan's show and you knew it? Like, how did you come across?
I think it might have been him, like Juan, or maybe like not too sure if it was him or like Joe, like through Joe's Twitter or something, or maybe like Lenny's Twitter or something.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it might be. Yeah, Lenny. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So good, and everybody. So in case nobody's paying attention, if you've listened to the accent, he's Jimmy's from Northern Ireland. He's still in Northern Ireland. He hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Good deal. So
yeah, I was up in Port Russia earlier. I was been traveling all day.
So I guess my question is: Have you were born and raised in Northern Ireland? And
Yeah.
Okay, and we don't ask how old everybody is, but and have you traveled outside of the UK, like maybe to Ireland, Republic of Ireland?
Today? Do you mean?
No, just generally. Yeah, just generally.
Well, I haven't been on a plane in a while, but we can us Northern Irish, thankfully, we can leave the. Like cross the border, it's only like a 2-ish hour drive or so, roughly.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So, and I guess, so if you ever visit, do you just drive into England, or do you have you ever taken a plane or train?
We'd have to get the boat. But the only time I went to England was whenever I got going to Old Trafford a few years ago.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So I guess, so our what's your football club? I guess we have to ask that because I know.
United.
Okay. All right. So
been loving the Snapdragon. Been loving the Snapdragon partnership.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. And now I heard something, and I was reading some of the articles about it. They're talking about the naming rights to Old Trafford, changing that. Like, is that a big deal? Because I know in the United States, especially like.
Do you mean about the changes of the stadium?
Right. Instead of calling Old Trafford, calling it, Snapdragon Field or Snapdragon Park.
Oh, so I don't remember seeing articles about this.
They haven't paid for that, mate. They have to pay a lot more money for that.
Right. And so what happens is, and this is kind of a phenomenon in the United States. So for NHL and the NBA and Major League Baseball and football, corporate interests have so all these, when I grew up, what's funny is Busch Stadium was where the St. Louis Cardinals play, where I live. That's named after a beer, right? An Anheuser-Busch beer, Busch beer, right? But it was like one of the first, it's been called that since the 60s. And the reason why it's not because of the beer, it's because the owner of the brewery, his name was August Busch, right? So he just happens to be the namesake, right? But just happens to be the beer. But now it's all corporate, places like when I was a kid, Comiskey Park, that's where the Chicago White Sox would have played. It's been Comerica Park for, 20 years. So corporate interests have paid naming rights to buy, so their names on the stadium, right? Enterprise Center for hockey.
Same in the UK, Sam. So we have the Emirates Stadium for Arsenal. The Etihad is Man City Stadium. So it's the same here. Yeah.
Now, but I noticed that those are both Middle Eastern interest. So is it
Yes.
just those two, or is it just like across?
No,
all
you
of-
had Brighton had the Amex.
Okay.
So American Express. So it's quite
Okay.
common here as well.
Okay,
I
good
don't
deal. So,
remember. I don't remember hearing like if Fergie had to do anything with the deal, Joe.
Not a clue. Oh,
I don't know.
isn't it Radcliffe?
Because I'll
Is it?
occasionally see like well, I think he must have some good part to do with it now.
Yeah.
But like I've been keeping up with like Daily Mail articles and like the Daily Express.
Maybe. I mean, Fergie still has power there, doesn't he?
Yeah,
sure.
he's there at every game.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about Alex. We're talking about Sir Alex Ferguson. We're not talking about Fergie the singer.
Yeah, the legend that is. Alex
I don't
Ferguson,
know. You have to understand. You have an American on this show, so I'm not. I know of Sir Alex Ferguson. Like I know he.
So when he
was the
said
manager.
Fergie, did you think he was talking about like the singer or something?
At first, yeah, I did actually. I thought it was Fergie. I didn't know. Well, I didn't know. I mean, she's a kind of a popular singer. I don't know.
I think Fergie used to be a player as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Did
so
he?
I got. Yeah, so I know
think so.
that.
Good while ago.
Yeah, so I know for a fact
A few
that
decades ago.
Yeah, I have to kind of understand. I don't know all the particulars, but I know that Man United was kind of a big deal. I think that's when I really first heard of like English football was probably because of them. I didn't know all the teams, and I didn't know any of the depth of how many teams there were in the Premiership. But yeah, so it's interesting how I know they were really, really huge, and then have they been as good as they used to be back in like the 90s and 2000s? They've kind of are they? I know they're as popular.
Well, they have been switching managers like quite a bit over the past few years. Like there was Jose Mourinho, there was flipping. Oh, I can't remember who it was after him. And then there's currently Radcliffe and the other guy.
All right.
And
So
there's someone that's I think he's been like contemplating or there's been rumors about him leaving. I think the current manager. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
And that's okay. We could Google it, but I guess
Ten Hag.
was there a reason why?
Yeah, him, Eric Ten Hag. I think I knew it began with an E.
Right.
Yeah,
so is there been a reason why they switch managers? Is it because they're not performing well? Is that why they're constantly switching managers all the time?
I think so. Yeah, at times it can be a bit annoying.
Well, I think it is right. To replace Fergie is impossible, right? So to try and get a team to play a certain way, but how the fans want to see as well. That's a key point as well. What the fans want to see, the Man United way, if you like, which Fergie kind of created. It's hard. It's hard to get a manager to do that. Like
and I think that's kind of stuck since like Fergie's been there as well.
Like so, the caliber of managers they've had are massive. But
yeah, quite a few.
So I guess my question is, would that be because Man United fans are so used to having the way that Fergie set up his club and set up his strategy, and I think so, yeah. And they can't break it, and they're just not as successful because it's kind of hard to be that successful after a legendary manager.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help Man City being like a machine.
Yeah, that score was really close last night. I got watching parts of it, just on and off.
Cool. So, like I said, I think it's fascinating. Like I try to find the parallels between American professional sports and then like European like football, right? So it's kind of interesting. I'm trying to watch from the periphery. I know Scoop's in the chat. I know he's really
the difference is between real football and fake.
Well, yeah, American football, which is not well, I would consider it to be a real sport. That's fine. You know what?
Has to be said.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? I'll take some heat. It's okay. Like I said, it's not a big deal. Like I don't get a check from the NFL, so I don't really care about defending the league. So, but anyway, so
it'd be great if you did.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And then I'd be a lot happier, and then I would really give a shit about what's going on. But anyway, so Mike, I said, Jimmy, so what phone do you use? Are you an Android guy?
Been using the 7 Pro for a good while, but very intrigued for Tuesday's event.
Yeah. And so, like, how do you?
Yeah.
So I guess you've seen the leaks because you're probably paying attention. How do you feel about that? Do you like the design? Because it's starting to kind of.
I've been contemplating. I've been contemplating. Like, I'm not too sure if I should end my contract soon because I'm currently with O2. But there's like,
Oh, yeah.
I think like 130 odd quid left. But I'm like so tempted because like I'm thinking about trying an O2 plus plan, which I would be quite glad about.
Yeah,
Well, the
yeah,
good thing
definitely,
is
man.
Joe's a new guy, so he
But
could probably-
he's English though, and I'm Northern Irish.
all right.
Yeah,
so
get yourself
but
on Switch Up.
I've been contemplating on. I'm thinking either wait until the 10 or maybe another month or two, or wait until they try giving the Flippy Boy a try.
yeah,
Because
Jimmy,
I think
that's
I
the
remember
beauty of Flip. That's the beauty of Switch Up, mate. You can do that.
didn't their roadmap leak in like March or April?
Yeah.
it's very possible. Like I said,
I think it was like Android Authority or something, and maybe XDA or someone else did an article on it, or
might have
9 to
been
5 Google or
9 to
something.
5, I was going to say 9 to 5 Google is probably. I would say probably.
I always keep an eye on them. They're probably one of my favorite sites.
Now, is it because of the 10? Are you thinking that because of the TSMC and the modem situation, or is it just you want another year to see if like the G5 becomes a better chip? Like why would you wait to the 10?
Probably a bit of both, to be honest. But I'm quite intrigued about the leaked 45-watt charger. Like I've literally just had to put my 7 Pro on there now, like because it was a 24.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's been on off or constantly on the charger all day. The power bank.
Oh yeah, like I said, I have been super critical of Pixel's charging strategy. Even Samsung, who had a real reason to kind of throttle their charging because of the Note 7 battery issue. Even they're into
like even Realme with a 300 watt is insane.
I'm like,
I've
okay,
been keeping up. I mean, at least this time it's actually going to be real and on sale, unlike Redmi's concept one. Because I think it was like 305 or 310 watt. And it went from like it was like a modified version of I think it was like one of the Note lines.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was like the 12 Pro Plus. I think it was like a Discovery Edition. I think it was like 4100 milliamp hour. So not too bad.
Dude,
that's gonna fill up quick.
Can you imagine? So, like, I guess my question is at 300 milliamp, like 300 watts. How fast was it? Is it like 10 minutes, like 15 minutes? I can't.
I think it's less than 10. I think it's like 3 or 4 because it's like not the 17% in like 35 seconds or something like that. It's something insane.
There's insane and there's totally bonkers. That's totally
bonkers. And then there's like the people who just like want to be like mad antisocial.
Right.
Hey Sam, are we allowing this in our chat? He's trying to sell stuff in our chat.
Right, Manos.
How dare he?
I mean, gotta get that free advertising.
Right. Well, if you got 500 of those if you got 500 of the L things, whatever those L things, that's not even real money. If you got 500 of the L
charging for that. We're charging for that, yeah.
We're gonna take a cut of that, Manos. Just saying. No, I'm just kidding.
Manos is selling his Pixelate Pro.
You should get some commission or something.
Yeah, at least quid, just to make it real. And
like even like 20 or 30 quid or something like that.
Yeah, and he's saying
and the rest.
And Jimmy, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's a
even like a small chunk can't be a bit.
No, so Michael's on board with it.
Oh yeah, there's Michael.
Yeah, older versions to see it. 7 years of updates can be half the price, and yeah, lame duck. Yeah, okay, yeah. Like I said, because I know that the 10 is going to be on the TSMC chip, so maybe.
But at the same time, it is quite difficult for me because like I've been so tempted because like. It has been quite annoying because like inner ADHD for me has been so annoying. It's like I really want to stay with my 7 Pro, but at the same time, I really want to wait at the same time because like the charging speeds have been so annoying, like as well. Like see, whenever I've been starting to like charge overnight a bit more, which isn't as bad considering I'm hoping to possibly change because I've been checking it most days in my O2 app and I think it's like 130 quid and like 76p or something weird like that. And some days it'll go down by like 150, and then some days it'll go down by like 2 quid. It's so weird.
That is bizarre. So yeah, we got Michael Pepper Tech is in the chat, and folks, he had, I think it's on Instagram. He posted a really good video. If you follow him on Instagram, watch that video. He's talking about the consumer space and the tech space. Is really good. It's about a 5-minute video. You should watch it. It's really good. So I appreciate it. And then look, the legend Jermaine, who is Malay. He posted a chat about his hair. He looks good either way. I know he's hair follically challenged. I guess that's what we can say that, right?
I think it suits him though.
I think he looks good. And so he was making a comment. He put a couple 5 quid in there. So, hey, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Can you remember him, like, he tweeted or something, or I'm not too sure if it was Twitter or Threads, about, like, a photo from, like, he took using, like, a Vivo of, like, his eye or something. I think it was, like, a macro or something.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I see that one.
Yeah, so, I mean,
do you know what? Quickly on Jermaine's hair, right, Sam, you know when in Breaking Bad, when Walter White shaves his hair off, and then it looks weird when you see him with hair. I'm like that with Jermaine. I think it without hair is the way I like
I know
it.
I know he's upset because it's his hair, and he's kind of like, I wish I had that. But I'm kind of digging the look. Like I'm so used to seeing him the way he looks now. I'm okay with it. I'm here. So,
it's like,
so don't get off.
If I see Walter White with hair, it just looks weird. Right. Jermaine, I like it. I like it as it is.
Dan's asking because he's curious. What's the Deliveroo?
Okay, I was waiting for someone to ask.
Well, I saw it. I didn't ask.
Oh,
massive thank you to Deliveroo for this free T-shirt. Right, I got it at Wingfest. Look at the back. Right.
Oh no, it's got words. I don't read real well.
Can you see
Wingfest Chicken Wing Showdown. Oh shit. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. So is it so is that like a Grubhub or a delivery service for food?
Same sort of thing, yeah. They gave it free.
Oh, getting very jealous.
Gotcha. Well, see, I live in an area where they don't deliver Grubhub or any of that stuff, so I have to go buy it. But dude, do you not get
much DoorDash?
We don't get anything. We don't have DoorDash, Uber Eats, nothing. And here's the thing.
Really?
Again, allow me to be an old guy for a second. Here's the thing. If you live 5 minutes from the place that you're going to pick up the food and you pay 27 quid to get a guy,
then you're an idiot. Yeah,
you can fuck off.
Yeah, right? It's insane because like it's kind of the same where I live here. It's like a tiny village, and there's only like 1 or 2 places. You have to pay like I think 4 or 5 quid for delivery. It's insane.
Right,
Terrible.
And I'm just saying if you now granted if you have access to a motor vehicle. Dude, my daughter is terrible. I love my daughter very much. Don't get me wrong, but I will see Uber Eats. I'm like, honey, but where you bought it from is like 4 minutes away by car. Yeah, I just didn't want to drive. I'm like, yeah, but it's like 20 quid to fucking get a burger.
Other thing, Sam, right? My top tip is look for their actual own website or look for their phone number because these Uber Eats and all that, they charge you extra, right? Because obviously they take a commission. Go direct to the restaurant, especially if it's a local place where it's a local business. Go direct to them. They get all the money then.
Right. And like I said, I'm still kind of old school. Like if I was like 11 o'clock at night and unfortunately, I don't have a choice. I don't have those delivery services. They won't deliver to me. So I have to go get it. But I guess that's fine. I mean, if you want to spend the money, that's cool. And then obviously it's creating a job for somebody else to deliver it, which is fine. I don't know.
Takeaway.
Right. I'm just saying if you're that close and you're just you don't want to get it because you're lazy, well then you're kind of lazy. That's okay. And again, it's no big deal.
Sam, do you call it takeaway yet?
I did the other day and somebody looked at me like I was crazy. And that's the problem.
There's Jermaine going for 50 minutes.
Right. And here's the problem. I'm kind of conflating English slang, right? So I'll say takeaway when I meant carry out and people go, what's a takeaway? And I was like, oh, I mean carry. I'm carrying out. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, you said takeaway. I'm like, well, that's how they say it in the UK. All right, and then it spirals into this weird conversation about, are you from England? I go, no. Do I sound like I'm from the UK? Well, no. But if you've been here a long time, you won't have the accent. Yeah, I know. But I work with a dude who's from the UK, and I have a lot of people who are from Europe.
I mean, it's like crisps and chips. Right. They're just so weird though and don't make sense.
Well, here's the thing. If I said crisps nobody would know what I was talking. At least takeaway, they kind of understood what I meant because it was in there to carry the food out. So that made kind of sense. If I said crisp, they'd be like, "What's a crisp?" They would think it's a French fry, probably. I would think, which is chips,
weird,
right? I don't know.
But I mean, they are both quite small,
right? And that's fair. So because of the chat and because of the show and because of Joe, I have kind of interdispersed English slang normally in my regular contact. Yeah, yeah, I guess. Well, not good for me because then it makes the person I'm talking to like super confused. They don't like quid. What's quid? I actually said quid to somebody. I was like, "Oh, how much is this?" He's just like, "I don't know." I looked at the tag on my own. I said, "Oh, it's 20 quid." She goes, "What's a quid?" I go, "Shit." It's like it's $1. It's actually a pound. Like, what's a pound of what? I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And you have to understand, Americans are dumb when they get thrown stuff, but then there's sus and there's main character energy and there's skibbity and there's Riz. So I don't know what's going on right now. The language sucks.
Yeah, the Riz thing can be so confusing.
I don't know. It was weird. So I did say quid and I have said takeaway, and both times I was met with utter confusion. So that was pretty cool. So anyway, so I guess, so you have the 7 Pro. So do you like the phone? Is it, other than the charging, does it do what it needs to do for you? Or is there other things that you're looking to maybe, that are pain points you want to get away from? Like, what's your general thought of the 7 Pro?
I mean, probably just mainly faster charging and maybe swap it for the G3 or G4. Oh, there's Simon.
Okay. You can pick up a 8 Pro quite cheap now, like 500 quid easy.
Yeah, I mean,
in fact, Manos has one with a watch.
Right. Yeah, if you want to, pick it up, he's right down the street. I still have the 8, and I kind of like the 8. I do. I have to admit, sometimes I do miss not having the.
I like that color, Sam, as well. I
just kind of picked it up, like I said.
But the macro camera can be very handy at times as well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and again, for me, I'm not so much of a picture taker. I know what Joe and Manos and Jermaine, all them are, and I do take photographs occasionally. But I'm telling you, but the size wise, it's just nice. I do like the colorway. Although I should get a skin, extremeskins.co.uk, skin your shit, right? I should get a skin. But I haven't. But I really kind of like the form factor. I like the smaller.
Yeah, someone I know, they just switched, I think about a month or so ago, roughly, I think, from I think a 3A to a 7A. So a very big upgrade.
Oh wow!
And I think they're now on I think Vodafone now. They're used to be on O2 or it was something like that. I can't remember what car.
Jimmy, what's your sort of phone history like? What was your first?
Well, I think I remember my first one. I was originally with EE, and it was I think 21 or 22 quid a month. I only had 1 gig of data, and it was. I remember always having to try and get more because I even today I was using I think 6 or 7 gigs because I was able to see whenever I got my 7 Pro. Well, I think I had to pay I think $250 up front, but thankfully now I have I think it was originally 250 gigs up front, and then the threw in an extra 100 gigs, so I basically have 350 gigs of data. So I basically whenever I'm out with family or whatnot, I just usually most of the time have my hotspot on because I don't really like essentially basically having unlimited data, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get through I think the most that I've used before is 50 or 51 odd gigs, something like that.
That's an interesting one, Jimmy.
I think very recently I tried using loads of data purposely, and I tried downloading loads of songs because I have the high res plan on my Amazon Music.
Oh yeah,
we switched over because we were using Spotify a few years ago.
I like Amazon Music. So Jimmy, on that one, the hotspotting, Because I know some people found the pixels heat up quite a lot. How's it performed for you?
Yeah, well, I did get a heating up warning or a
Yeah.
overheating warning a few weeks ago. I think I remember putting that in the comments. I think 2 weekends ago, because I was just sitting out in the garden and just chilling. And of course, I mean, it was kind of my fault at the same time. Like, I didn't kind of think it through too much, and like, it was quite a nice sunny day, like similar to like today.
Yeah.
Thankfully, no rain. I don't think we got into that day either. And oh, there's Michael. And I think I remember getting, like, I remember just like lifting or like turning around, and it was like just completely out of nowhere. It was quite a surprise, but at the same time, like, it was kind of my fault and quite frustrating at the same time. Like, I didn't really think it through entirely. Like, it was quite frustrating, but so I do hope to upgrade sometime within the next few months, maybe before like Halloween or Ruffling around then.
Yeah,
I think a lot of phones would do that under them conditions, though. Like,
but thankfully that's the only time that I've got the overheating notification. It was only like 2 odd weeks ago, and I've had it since. I think it was not long after the 7 Pro came out.
Right,
that's pretty good then.
Well, and like I said, I mean, we're at work. We have a point of sale system. Or we're not. So this is my side job where I work at the country club, and we have iPads, right? And they bought the brand new ones with the USB-C. And the other day it was in the sun.
Oh yeah, the new 13-inch chairs.
Yeah, we weren't touching it because we were busy. We just kind of writing down stuff on stroke sheets, right? Just kind of, we weren't putting anything into the iPad. And then I went to go use it, and the thing said it was just sitting in the sun. We hadn't touched it, and it said it's overheated. So I actually stuck it in the beer cooler. I threw it in the beer cooler to cool it down.
Just chuck it in the fridge.
Yeah, just chuck it in the fridge. Yeah, it was like, okay, because we need to use it at some point, right? Because you can only write down so much until you're behind, right? So it's funny that the iPad immediately had throttling and actually shut down. We couldn't use it.
How surprising considering it's an M chip.
Yeah, it was like it was sitting. Now, to be fair, that sun at the middle of the day is on top of like a kind of a blackish top bar, so it probably heated up because of that. But it was like it literally shut off. I couldn't even use it. It said it had a heat warning, and we didn't take a picture. I tried to just log into it, and it said nope, it's shut down until it cools down. So I just stuck it in the beer cooler, and then it cooled down after like 10 minutes, and I was able to use it. So the fact that if you're outside and you're in a sunny, like a warm summer day, I think
but thankfully it was like basically for the most part it was like entirely shade. Thankfully.
Yeah, I think most phones would probably not perform well in that heat. Speaking of new phones, Joe, like, tell us about the Vivo. I mean, you showed it. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Is this the regular X100 or the S?
X100 Ultra, Chinese variant.
How's the Origin OS? Or is this Fun Touch?
It's nice, actually. Yeah, it's nice because I think there's some features on it that you don't get with Fun Touch. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Fun Touch is for, I think, IQ.
Yeah.
Right.
So like,
can you get that? So can you get that? You can't buy that phone on O2. Like, that's not it's obviously
no. You can't buy Vivo on O2 anyway. But
yeah, you can really get Vivo in the UK here. It's quite annoying. Same with like OnePlus and whatnot.
Right.
Well, I think I remember you sort of can. Like I recently looked up like OnePlus 12 deals, and they are quite hard to find, but you can find them. But you can't really go into like a regular O2 or EE and find them. So
no.
But you can't connect it. It works on the network and it's fine, right?
Yeah, absolutely fine. It's brilliant. I'm getting 5G quite a lot actually. Yeah, brilliant. It's performing excellent. In fact, the only thing is I hate, obviously being Origin OS, so there's no Google feed. I have like a load of Chinese.
Were you able to like easily get it installed?
Oh, well, the problem is you got it in Mandarin, so that's good. How's your Mandarin? Not too good.
I'm learning it actually currently.
Oh, okay.
You got the stream on.
Right. Is that because you just want to use the touch, or you just want to go, hey Google, right? You want to do that kind of thing, right?
See, Google Maps, Google Wallet, Gmail, obviously, all the Google stuff's working on here. But the only bad thing that's really upset me is my OnePlus watch won't connect. It's not compatible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was devastated. So yeah, that's the one
Huh.
downside. So at the
Yeah,
moment, that's
Nova
why I'm
can
not
be
wearing a
quite
watch.
handy. There's
So,
Nova, or Bradley
now-
said
well-
about Nova Launcher.
Yeah. So does your Galaxy Watch connect to it? That's fine, right?
No, I haven't tried, but from what I've read, it's where RS watches just don't connect to Chinese variants of Vivo.
Really? Huh.
So that sucks.
Have you tried any or many of the BBK watches with it?
I'd have to get. I think I'd have to get a Chinese version. But to be honest, I'll probably be getting a Pixel. On my SIM will go in there, and this will just be a camera.
Right. And it's funny. So Brad mentions Nova Launcher. Did you see the article that they laid off a bunch of staff? So I think Nova Launcher might be
I've got Nova Prime. I've never really used it though. Do you know what? With whatever phone I use, I like to use whatever launcher comes with it. And I've tried Nova before, and I just prefer to go back to whatever. Even with all the Chinese bit, I prefer to have the actual Origin OS.
Yeah. And Jimmy, do you like to switch the launchers? Or are you just use the Pixel launcher? Or
I've like since it's been so weird. Like since I switched to my 7 Pro, I've just completely gone off one UI. It's been so weird.
That's interesting. Is it?
But like I far prefer stock Android 14. Like I remember going into it, coming from my Exynos, I think it was a 21 plus, S21 plus, and like I was like really nervous, but like it ended up being like that, like complete opposite.
Yeah, Pixel Launcher is nice. The simplicity of it.
I just don't like persistent search bar. I really wish you could take that off. I don't like having the search bar in there. If other than that, if I could get rid of the search bar, I would just be totally okay with using a Pixel. But that search bar drives me crazy. I hate having that persistent bar at the bottom. I just don't like it. So
is this on Origin?
Not a Pixel. No, just my Pixel. Like this at the bottom. At the bottom, that drives me front. I can't stand that. I wish I could get rid of that, because on other phones, I'll either use the keyword, or I'll double click it, or I'll have some kind of other way to launch.
Oh yeah, like sometimes I'll have to like hold down on my power button.
Yeah, so I mean, there's ways to do it. I don't like losing that. I wish that I could get rid of that, so that way the icons for my tray, right, they would be down at the bottom where it belongs. It's just a little different, and like I said, I just don't like the inflexibility of the customization on Pixel Launcher or the Pixel phone. Other than that, it's actually been pretty smooth. I kind of like it, actually. B Floyd, what's up? Thanks for showing up, man. I know it's been a while since you've been in there. Appreciate you dropping by. So we got Pixel stuff coming up, obviously, and we have Joe. You still have your Fold. What have you decided? What are you gonna? Are you done with Folds?
I'm not done totally with Folds, no. But I don't know. This one wasn't for me. I didn't really give it much of a chance, to be fair. I think because I really loved the OnePlus, and now I've got this Vivo, and then we've got the Pixel coming out. I mean, if I'd got the Fold when it first come out, it might have been a different story, you know. But Folds like the OnePlus. If the OnePlus Open, if they come out with a second one, I think that would really interest me. Well, that's next year probably.
Yeah, I don't think it's this year. And obviously they came out with the red one. So Jimmy, so why do you feel about that? Like phones that, like, I know Apple does this a lot, where they'll launch a bunch of colorways and then they'll wait. And instead of launching a new phone, they'll come out with a couple of different colors. What do you think about that? Would that ever cause?
Do you mean like similar to they did with the likes of, say, the 5C or the 10R?
Right. Well, just like with the OnePlus Open, they just came out with a red version, right?
Yeah, it was quite annoying the way they just did like a VIP, like so say the VIP mode and the terabyte model. Mm-hmm. They didn't even. They stuck with the 8 Gen 2 as well.
Right. So, like I'm saying, so would a color be enough to make you buy a phone?
Not really. Like I do like the sort of like the longer software support, but I'd probably say that's probably about it.
Yeah, I just like I said, I know when I was I had an iPhone at one point, and I actually waited for the product red version on the Plus, and actually was kind of nice. But my thing is this: if you're going to have colors on your devices, have every color available, and don't supplement changing the phone, just throwing a different colorway and maybe increasing the storage or increasing that, and then trying to get people to buy basically the same phone for another $1,800 or $1,500 or
Yeah, I think
whatever.
it's like the same price or like very similar or something like that.
Sam,
Yeah.
I've got a question for Jimmy though. Say you didn't like the color of your phone, what could you do, mate? What could you do?
Oh yeah, I'd love to get that skin on.
Yeah,
Yep,
Skin your
you can
crap.
skin your shit.
absolutely. And I still,
So I might have to head in a minute just to for like just gonna meet myself if you don't mind.
that's fine. If you need to take a time off, that's cool.
How-
Yeah, just pop, Jimmy, just
do you
pop in and
know-
out as and when you need to. Mute yourself and stay on and
Yep.
just, yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'll try and be quick. Don't worry.
No, no.
Yeah, of course, man. Don't worry.
So anyway, I still have my Duo. It still has my Extreme skin on it. And look, as you can tell, I have not any issue.
I keep meaning to buy my skin for mine, but I haven't.
Right. Absolutely. I still gotta
It's a
find out
cracking phone.
Well, I know it's literally a crack in the phone, right? So anyway, yeah. Hey, Simon, thank you, sir. Thanks so much for jumping in. Appreciate you as always. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, Simon's a legend.
Absolutely. And he's been experimenting with open source launchers like Neo. Okay, the new Launcher. Okay, I know Launcher had an issue because I remember having Launcher. I think it was Launcher 2, and I tried that, and then it was kind of like, it was okay. And then I know they dropped off for a bit, so I thought Launcher was going to be kind of done. And then they're coming back, so it's good. I used to remember back in the day, and this is old. I used to use ADW, like the old ADW launchers, like because you could go back all the way to like Nougat and Kit Kat version, the way they look. Dude, they just gave up on it. I really liked the launchers. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So, usually, honestly, if I do switch a launcher, I usually go to I used to go to Nova all the time. That was kind of my go-to. I did like Action Launcher for a while. I thought that was a pretty good one.
See, I thought you'd be all over Windows Launcher.
Microsoft Launcher, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I like it. Which is funny because on the Duo, the launcher sucks. It's the same fork as Microsoft Launcher, but they never did anything with it on the Duo, and you can't switch the icon pack. And I've tried a couple different launchers for the Duo. It doesn't work too well. And I notice on my Fold, I've tried different launchers, and I keep going back to One UI. I don't know why.
Hey, I think I'm back here.
Oh.
Guess who's back? Jimmy's back.
I just had my XM5s on there, and I don't think it would like go through, so I'm just trying through my 7 Pro here.
Okay.
That's all right.
We got
sounds good.
We got double feed though.
Oh yeah.
With the same price and the same chip and everything, it's quite frustrating. Not even like a slight brief discount.
Okay. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like I'm trying to think of. Well, we got a serious double feed here. So I don't know whatever audio you're using.
Duo feed.
Well, I haven't changed anything, so we got.
Wasn't me.
Well, the problem is we get to hear my voice twice.
And mine.
Yeah. So anyway, so I guess are you a smartwatch user? How do you feel about?
I'm still using the first gen Pixel Watch, I'm really hoping to do the third gen for like a free gift or something like that, something similar.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And do you use that all the time, or is it kind of like
every day?
Okay. All right.
And do you use as of the past like few weeks, I've had to like get it on like airplane mode near 24/7. It's been quite frustrating because of like I think it's like a 10 nanometer chip now on the first one.
Okay.
Like,
and
see if I don't have it on like airplane mode, like right now it's down to like 42, but like whenever like I got home earlier, I think it was like only at like 61 or 62, something like that, and I had it on the airplane mode still.
Gotcha.
But I think it was like as soon as I got home, I just thought, why not? I'll just try and wing it and try for the stream to like keep it off airplane mode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the stream does sort of kill battery massively.
Oh no, I mean the Pixel Watch with my battery.
Oh, the Pixel. Oh,
Sorry.
I got lost there for a second.
Sorry.
Anyway, okay. So we'll go. We'll find out on Tuesday what the trade-ins. Yeah, I guess we will. Find yeah, like I said,
Yeah,
we're
I've been contemplating on trading them first gen Pixel Watch.
Yeah, and I guess my question is, how do you feel about that? Do you think that usually in the past with Pixels, the trade-in's been kind of
eh?
Well,
I'm not too sure because like this is my first one and it has been quite so. Like I haven't really been able to like use the blood oxygen sensor. Like I think the only time you can use it is whenever you're like asleep.
Yeah.
That's
which is quite annoying. I think you like after like I think like a few days is whenever you're allowed to like properly use it or like sets in.
Yeah, I guess I just don't know.
My browser's getting quite annoying here. It's saying it's like not responding. Sorry. I think I might have to like close it and then go back in.
Yeah, that's fine. If you need to drop and kind of reset all that, because I know we're getting a double feed, so you may have whatever your audio input is. It's when you're talking, it's fine. Yeah,
it doesn't show Jimmy fired twice. Then
no, that's okay. No, take your time, and we'll stand by if you need to drop and kind of get yourself reset. Yeah, no worries. So anyway, yeah, I didn't tell you, I picked up a Mi Band 8.
Oh, nice. How's it going?
Yeah, dude,
anything new on it? Anything new on it?
No, it's 60 hertz, so like the scrolling is really nice on it as opposed to the used to be. I don't think the screen's any bigger than the 7. Although here's the weird part, I can sync it to my Fold. I can sync it to my Flippy Dippy. The Pixel will not sync it. It really? Can't find it. Yeah, it can't find it. Oh, okay. Hey, Jimmy's back.
Interesting. It's still showing twice.
Yeah, it's still showing twice. And we got a double feed.
I haven't got double feed now.
Well, how about now? Oh, there it stopped. Okay, there it goes.
There's 7 Pro here.
It stopped. Okay, there it goes.
It's working.
Well, no, it's back.
Pro.
Yeah, it's back. That's okay. Yeah, and like I said, I like it. It's $40. I bought a different band. Although what drives me nuts is it's this, and every time I like bump my arm on something, it'll pop like this. I need to get one of the buckle, or when I had my 6, I bought like a fabric band. But the problem is the good thing was it was a pill, so this thing kind of popped out. This now has more like kind of one of these jobs where the whole thing comes out. Like this disconnects from here. So I think I need to get a different band just because the problem is with these bands, if you bump into something, it'll pop.
Yeah.
There's not
a chance of losing it.
Well, it doesn't fall off necessarily. It just kind of gets loose, and then
the risk's there though, right? The risk is there. So
yeah. So I mean, but I do like the fact that it has just little buttons. See, it just releases, and then here you just kind of pop the other button off. Yep. And now you've got the thing.
So I'd love Xiaomi to do more with actual smartwatches because there's a lot of potential there from Xiaomi.
Yeah, I kind of do like the fact that it's just the band. I like, again, you know me. I told you before, and I still stand by it. If Pixel made a Pixel band, 150 quid, 190 quid, or whatever, and it just did that, it would be perfect.
Yeah. It probably would be really good.
So So how do you feel about Jimmy? Sam. I was going to ask Jimmy, like, do you use all the functions on your smartwatch? Or do you
For the most part, yeah. Don't really get to use the stress one too much.
Okay.
I occasionally I'll try to use the like do not disturb to maybe like save some battery or something. But like, see, whenever I take it off like airplane mode to try like if I get a notification saying that like there's like a few updates needed, then I'll probably maybe try it then or try updating like whatever the apps are. But that's probably about it. Maybe if I see like a 9 to 5 Google article saying that there's like a software update, the like August one or whatever, or the monthly one out, then I'll usually check it. But I remember seeing the article from them the other day, and I checked on the Pixel Watch, and it didn't come up. But I remember checking like quite a few times.
Huh.
Interesting. So, anyway, so what else we got going on? So we got what's that, Tuesday for the Pixel event? Right?
Google I/O, yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm actually off.
I'm
I/O in August.
Yeah, and so I guess do you think that people are going to really like, as opposed to like the 7 and the 8 when people are upgrading? Are you thinking people are really going to gravitate to the 9, or do you think people are going to skip it?
I think people will gravitate to it because I think Pixel have had good growth recently. So I think people will gravitate towards it, and I think from what the leaks, the looks of them will appeal to a lot of people. I think.
Apparently, there's some echo.
Yeah, it's probably on your end. You might have a double browser open, or your audio is you're hearing it and it's double feeding into the microphone.
Not too sure if it's because I'm trying to like have it open on my 7 Pro on my like on the YouTube end on my computer here as well.
Yeah, that'll be why.
Yeah.
You have to just put the sound down on the YouTube.
I have it like on mute as on my computer here.
Yeah, but it's
echo and everything.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, but I think if you have it on 2 devices, it's going to pick up both. Even if I don't know, you might have to shut the YouTube feed totally down because I think if for some reason it wants to pick up both, even if it's muted.
Might have to maybe like shut it on my computer for a minute and then go back in or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, you want to give it a try? Yeah, we're not going anywhere. It's an open.
I might have to like
studio.
Go home on the computer and then try searching up the like channel again.
Yeah, well, we can. Or worst case scenario, you should have just click the StreamYard link that we sent you. Did we get you a StreamYard link or not?
Yeah, I sent it to him on.
Yeah, I got
Twix.
the link from.
Yeah, if you click on it from a Twix link, you might want to copy that and just open up a browser and then just launch it from that instead of launching it from X because really from Twix.
Oh yeah, I'd opened it from Twitter for.
Yeah, you might have to take the feed, copy it, and then just open up browser. Yeah. No, it's all good, mate. So yeah, it's all good. We just, like I say, just people have to hear me twice, and nobody wants to hear that. They don't even hear me once, much less twice.
So Sam, what's your thoughts on the new Pixels? Like, are you excited by them at all, or are you just going to skip it?
I'm gonna skip it just because I've had a really good experience with my 8, and then I also have the Fold, and then I've got the Duo.
But Sam, I do remember you saying you're going to skip the 8.
Well, yeah, I did say that. So what happened was with the
it can be hard to resist each year.
Yeah, I think this time on the 9, it's not because it doesn't look great. I think the hardware looks fantastic. Although the links that I've seen, it looks iPhone-ish.
Yes,
and that's not a bad thing because I do like iOS's hardware. I just don't like their software.
So, same, yeah.
But yeah, I definitely will be skipping it. Or if I do pick up a 9, it's going to be later in the cycle, closer to when it's 10. The 10 comes out,
which is a good move, to be fair.
Yeah, try and save like $100 or maybe 200.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not going to be the XL guy. If anything, I would either get a 9.
I still can't get over that naming scheme. 9 Pro Fold XL.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. I like
I don't
that
know
they're
if
putting
it's
the
that
fold
or
with
like a flipping like Pro Plus from like Xiaomi, like a
Yeah.
Nomad scheme.
I like that they're putting the fold with the Pixel 9 range though, because I think that's what they should have done with the last Pixel Fold.
Yeah, instead of having a behind one generation behind chipset. Yeah,
Exactly, yeah. They should have just delayed it that little bit and come out with the Pixel 8 Pro. But there you go. I mean, maybe the Pixel Fold was meant to come out earlier than what it did. I don't know.
I don't know. Like I said, I definitely will skip the 9 at launch.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do get into any of the Pixel 9, it will definitely be halfway through the cycle of the Fold and see how people. Yeah, we have. It's still echoing pretty good.
No echo.
Oh yeah, very much.
Oh, there's loads of echo.
Oh flip.
Yeah. So I definitely am about the Fold, and I want to try the Pixel Fold, but it just I wanted to see what they could do with the hardware. Seems like the software is okay, but the hardware with the brightness and the reflective screen and the charge, and also the charging speed is just absolutely horrendous. And it goes from what dead to full in like an hour and a half or hour 40.
Yeah, that's a joke. Really.
That is just completely unacceptable.
Or something on Twitter.
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
what's that, mate?
Because the echo or something. Do you mind like resending the link or something on like Twitter?
I think it'll be the 2-device thing.
Yeah,
it's catching your.
I'll try.
It's catching your mic. What
computer here?
What microphone are you using, Jimmy?
Just my 7 Pro on my computer.
Yeah.
You might want to close the browser completely on your computer and just go from the phone.
Yeah, just go from the actual phone itself.
Yeah, so I'll just hit the X here now. I'm a computer here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave the YouTube end.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because I've been trying to keep both open to try and like keep connected on both ends.
Oh yeah. Well, the problem is, I think if your computer is listening to, even if it's muted, you might have your speaker muted, but not your microphone muted.
Yeah, it's the mic that's the.
Not too sure. Well, it says it's muted.
Oh, well, I would just, if you can close the YouTube, because if not, we're gonna have echo the entire time.
Yeah, I got it shut there now.
Yeah. I can still hear it.
How does it sound now?
It's still
Could you
there.
try sending the link again or something, Joe?
Yeah. Joe, why don't you send the link on Twix again?
I can do. It's not the link though. I'm certain.
Here, I'll try leaving here maybe on StreamYard if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah. Wait, ditch that.
Do you want me to leave here on StreamYard?
Yeah, just go ahead and just leave on StreamYard, and then when you get to just from your phone, don't click on any kind of link on your computer. Your computer should not be having any of the stream on there.
Pro,
just the 7 Pro by itself.
When you first joined, Jimmy, it was absolutely fine. So whatever, you must have made a change.
Yeah, I think it must be my computer then.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah.
I'll try. Well, how am I sound now?
You sound great, mate. It's just we're echoing.
We're echoing because it's hearing your speaker and it's double feeding the sound. So we're hearing ourselves. When you talk, I don't hear you. I don't.
Because I was using the XM5s earlier.
Yeah. If you went off the XM5s, it's gonna hear the audio. We're coming in twice from 2 sources. That's why you're hearing.
Well, I'm not using them like anymore now. I'm just using the audio off my 7 Pro here.
Yeah, I hear both.
No, but you're listening to us, and then your mic's picking us.
Do you want me to
Does that make sense, Jimmy?
Here now, and then you send me the link on Twitter or something?
So when you had the XM5s, Jimmy, you was listening to us in the headphones, and the mic wasn't picking us up. But now you're listening to us directly from the phone. Your phone mic's picking up the speaker.
Yeah, that must be why it's probably saying like Jimmy Fire Dragon twice.
Right, and also too is if you're listening to it without headphones at all, it's hearing the speaker and it's double feeding our talk because it's hearing our input and the speaker's response.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
It's all right. We've done it many times.
Do you
Like,
want to
that's
just
why-
stream here now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
then
still
maybe
hear.
try again. Like, can you send the link here now in a minute?
Just the link you had still will work.
But you're gonna have to
Do you
isolate,
want me to try like another link and see if that works instead?
or if you have a pair of headphones, plug them into your 7 Pro and just use that. Like either like I have this. If you have like a dongle like this, plug it into the bottom of your 7 Pro and turn your computer off, and that's it.
Because the link, if I send another link, it'll be the
don't
same
have
link.
I'm not too sure. I don't think I have a Type C to 3.5mm adapter. from my computer.
Okay. Yeah. So
No,
if
but
you're
I have
if you're
been
hearing
planning
it
to get one.
without headphones, we're gonna do doubles no matter what. It's the fact that your speaker is outputting the audio and it's picking up our talking.
Jimmy is probably underwater.
No, he's not underwater. He'd be drowning, and then that's not good. We like Jimmy. We don't want him to drown.
No, Jimmy's a mermaid. Did you not know that?
Getting
No,
overhydrated.
Yeah, apparently not. So it's all good. So
Going back to foldables quickly, Sam. There's one I am excited by. Like, I want to try, and I'm hoping O2 get it because they've now got Honor, and it's the Magic V3. Magic.
okay.
Yeah, that one quite excites me.
How's it sounding now that I'm like unmuted?
You know, I just basically muted your mic because I wanted to see when I muted you, we didn't have double feed. So it's if you do not have headphones on, we will have a double, no matter how you have the setup. It doesn't matter.
It's a Nomad Tech project with Sam, and Joe, and Jimmy.
You're right. Double Sam, double Joe, which is
Do you want me to
terrible.
just like maybe try leaving it then from here.
No, it's okay. Well, I say, if folks are on the chat, they're
'Cause
okay.
I,
Like,
like,
we'll
I
just
don't
have-
want it to be like super annoying.
No, it's okay.
Jimmy,
we'll talk
I mean,
through it.
Jimmy, we're nearly at the end anyway, so it's cool.
We're at 56 minutes, so we appreciate you coming on and
Yeah.
because we were gonna for folks who are listening to this live, Jimmy was not we were just gonna record this separately and just like add the audio at some point. The fact that you're on the live stream, mate, is really impressive. We really are happy to have you on, and you've been a fan of the show, and we love hearing from you. We love hearing from you. So it's great, mate. Yeah, 2 Sam, 2 Joe. Oh, don't even. I know where that's going to go, DT. You need to stop right now. If you mention anything about a receptacle, I swear to God, I'm going to fight you.
Let's not go there.
Probably not. That's okay. Yeah. So, or like I said, like Micro Peppertech said, if you're not talking, just kind of mute, and then when you're ready to talk, that'd be kind of cool. That way we would have a double feed. So once you control
I think I might try that out.
Yeah, try your mute, because if I do it, you won't be unmute yourself.
So like whenever you're talking, I'll like try and mute myself.
Yeah, mute right now. And then there you go. And then we'll talk. And then, like I said, I can still hear it. There.
There,
I can't
try like maybe for like every 3 seconds on and off or something. Try that out.
Oh, teacher, he's going there.
5 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, or like I said, we can just plow through it because we've got a few more minutes, so we're about out of time anyway. So, have you ever considered like doing any kind of like, are you just a fan of the tech stuff, or have you thought about maybe a podcast or a review channel, or anything? It doesn't have to be even tech; it could just be like sport or anything else. Have you ever thought about doing something like that,
like another live stream,
or just doing something yourself?
A bit, but not really too sure like how. Where like just don't really think I really have the equipment like as of now.
Oh well, like I said,
It's just really going off my 7 Pro here on my computer.
Well,
Jimmy, I'm running off an S24 Ultra as my camera.
Oh flip.
Then I've got an Anchor hub that plugs in to the phone.
Oh, you trying one of the new ones?
It's not that new. It's quite an old one I've got. It's just
There was a new series, I think, or few new products Anchor launched.
Yeah, Anchor, brilliant. I love Anchor. And then my mic's plugged into this hub, and that's it. And then my headphones are in the mic. It's a little basic.
Yeah,
Bitch.
this is my camera is a Logitech camera that I bought actually for work. which I never use, which is nice. Then I actually had I tried an XLR mic and that didn't work too great, and so I went out and actually bought one of these HyperX mics.
That's nice. That it looks so nice. That one.
And it had the LED, which I don't really care about, but and then I bought the white one just because I thought the black one was kind of lame looking, and this was like $130, and it's nice. You just plug your headphones, and these are a pair of KZs. I think they're the ES4s or whatever. They were like 30 quid, and you get a couple, and that's all you need. And literally, and then to do the StreamYards you can do the free one, which is only about like it's free, and you can have 4 guests. And then the only other thing is the Pinecast, which is what I use to push out the stream, and that's $10 a month. So basically, for about $10-15 a month, you can do your own podcast. It's crazy how easy it is.
Yeah. So they basically like try and basically like force you to pay.
Well, I bought the expanded version of StreamYard just because at one point we had a lot of more people on. But honestly, now that I think about it, we really don't need to because I don't save the audio on StreamYard. I just rip it into my OneDrive. And we never had more than 3 guests on, right? It's just me, Joe,
it's not like you're usually having like 4 or 5 on.
No, right, and so we could get away with just having the basic StreamYard, but the Pinecast is what I use because that was actually given to us by TK. He suggested that, and it's been really solid as a podcast aggregator.
It kicks it everywhere, doesn't it? It puts it everywhere.
But as far as like the hardware you need, you can use a phone and a computer, or just like me, I don't ever use my phone. My phones are right here, and I just use the mic that I paid $150 for. The Logitech camera that I got from work, a computer, and that's it. And then you can do whatever you want, man. I think you might be all right. You might have a future in podcasting. Maybe not about tech, or it could be about tech. We don't care. Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe.
Why not?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and then like I said, Luis says, Jimmy, your phone is good enough. Don't let that think you don't need certain equipment to get started. Luis, Tech for Your Needs. He's one of one of my favorite channels. He's a really good dude, and he started out basic. We all start off with just a phone and some headphones, and you don't even need a microphone. I mean, if you're like Eric, Easy Computer Solutions, that guy's like 1,000 microphones. Like Eric's Ace Extra. Like he's a good dude, but he's got like all sorts of audio equipment, and Dude, Eric's one of our favorite people.
And it's his backgrounds I love.
Oh yeah, he's a great dude. I always love listening to his live streams on Wednesdays. It's a lot of fun. Gigi and all them, all those folks. But they all started simple, right? And as you get more money, or you want to invest in it, you don't have to go crazy, man. It's really kind of the barrier to entry to making podcasts or live streams is so low. It's criminal now, especially with your smartphones. They're basically better than any computer you had 10 years ago.
Yeah, and he's probably pretty good with like less than 100 quid.
Oh God,
roughly 50.
Yeah. So it's a great situation. So yeah, folks, if you look at me and Joe, I actually started this with the old Across the Podcast with Matt.
Yep.
And I had no experience podcasting or at all. And even after 4 years, you can clearly tell that I have not matured as a podcaster. Because we're,
or as a person,
or as a human being. Yeah, generally, I'm just kind of just a failed human being.
He's just still a child.
I'm just basically a man-child.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, absolutely. So, but at the end of the day, it's like you can talk about whatever you want. I know there are people talk about crafting. There's people talk about sports. There's people talk about cars, right? They talk about like fixing cars or anything else. It's kind of wild if you go on to the and I did do that when we were looking for a show name. I kind of put that in there. I just kind of scrolled through what kind of podcasts were out there, just discoverable. And there's everything you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Like if you go like on Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you'd be amazed at how much stuff is out there. And a lot of the people are not.
Don't go on Google Podcasts. That's gone.
Right. But as far as like, if you're looking for people like professional radio people, that's not happening. It's just people like me and Joe, people like the other creators you see that have started out. And I've listened to a couple. Our first show, the old show, was with Viper, and it was terrible. I sounded like a complete idiot the entire time. Matt didn't make it, and it's fun. It's really fun. And like I said, the cost is not a problem. It just really comes down to being consistent and just kind of putting out content. And we don't have a lot of followers. We have a
gotta
good
try and avoid the procrastination.
right. And that's what it comes down to is just like in me, is making sure I post the shows on time and that kind of stuff. But it's really fun, mate. And you should try it out because I think you'd have a lot to offer. So, and if you don't, that's cool. You can just be a fan of the show and just contribute in the chat and keep hydrated.
Really beefing me up here.
No, I just think a lot of people, maybe some like for me, I've never had a problem with speaking in front of folks, but I know a lot of people think that they're like, well, I'm not that smart, I'm not that talented. I'm like, we aren't. Look at Joe and I. We're just two mates.
I'm glad you didn't just say look at Joe.
Yeah, no, look at Joe and I. We're like just I said, we try to always do this as far as like I was telling you before, just if we were in a pub and we were watching a football match and we were just chatting over a pint, we would talk
just
about
mates hanging out.
Yeah, just mates hanging out. Podcast over like a United game.
Yeah, it would be fantastic. And then whatever you're interested in, and realize that, okay, there's 10,000 people doing a podcast about Man United. Well, why not have 10,001? Who cares, right? And if anything, it gets you. This is actually cathartic for me because I don't have to sit there and talk to my wife who really could care less about any of this stuff. Like, she's so tired of listening to it. She's like, just go get in a room, put a pair of headphones on, talk to people who give a shit because I don't.
You get some peace. You get.
Yeah. She gets me out of her hair for an hour and a half, and she's like,
with our tech nerds.
Yeah, it's all good, mate. And like I said, and if you don't, that's okay. I'm just telling people if you've ever been on the fence about it, it's so easy now. This is
kind of like before the stream has started. It was like really nervous.
Oh yeah. And like I said, I mean, and like I said, don't worry about that because if you're nervous, it's because you don't internalize. If people tell you suck, who cares? Yeah,
who cares? If they tell you you suck, they suck. In my opinion, mate.
Because here's the thing: they had to listen to you, right? And then they told you you're terrible, and then they stopped listening to you. But what's funny is sometimes they'll keep listening to you just to tell you how much you continue to suck. And here's the funny part: if you ever watch, I don't know if you know who Howard is, right? So he was radio shock jock back in the 90s, right? So he was funny because
I don't think I've heard of him before.
Right. So if you ever look at, he's an American, so that's probably why. And what happened was he was making fun of the fact that the station was saying, hey, there's a lot of people who like this guy, but we have more engagement people who hate him because they're listening just to hear what he says. So it can basically complain to the FCC about how much this guy is irreverent and kind of
like more engagement from like worldwide people.
He was getting more engagement from people who hated him because they were listening. They said
super villain.
People were listening to him to see how much crap they hated he said and then complained about it. Right. It was hilarious. Yeah, so it's funny. And I agree with Luis, right? First attempt in learning. Absolutely.
Yeah, they spoke that before, and I love that. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a fantastic way to go. And maybe the real podcast, and that's what it is. It's really more of a community and more about engagement and interaction. And like I said, Michael's perfect. Yeah, they dislike your videos and make stupid comments. They're engaged. They actually listen to it, even if it was 30 seconds ago. This guy's.
I'd probably say like the self-consciousness, or like maybe not really wanting to show the camera. It was probably because like I'm quite young and whatnot.
Oh, I mean, look at somebody. I mean, Marquez started off when he was like 13, 14. It was like just starting out like middle school and high school. Jacqueline Dallas, right?
I think I remember him saying in one of his videos quite a while ago. It was like some like one of his like old phones or something.
Yeah, I mean, look at Jacqueline Dallas. She just graduated from York University.
Oh yeah, she did an interview with him. It was good.
Yeah, and she's like just graduated school, going to school full time, doing her channel full time, and a podcast full time, and she's 22 or 23. She's amazing. Like I love her content. She's fantastic. I'm just saying is she probably has feelings about the way she looks or sounds or whatever, but it's you get on here, it's just like
we all do.
Yeah, recently she's really been like stepping her game up.
Yeah, she's fantastic. I would love to have her on the show. And Jacqueline Dallas, if nothing but tech, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on the show. I might actually reach out to her. Yeah,
Manos is best mates with her, so Manos, you have a word, mate.
Well, also too, I think JoJo the Techie, she's going to the Pixel event, so that'll be cool. We're gonna.
I can't believe that.
Oh, JoJo's great.
I
We need to
think
get
she's
JoJo
fantastic.
back on,
I
actually.
think it was JoJo. I'd only found out that like she does Phone Arena.
Yeah, I think she
I think I
she
remember
writes
like going down to the bottom and like reading very briefly. I was like so
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, it's
and,
really
like, quite taken
fantastic.
aback.
Yeah, she's
'Cause
really
it
great,
said
and
about,
like
like our social media handles and whatnot.
yeah, and like I said, and we love having people on because I find it fascinating how people get into this, and it's a nice little community. But yeah, you're always gonna have people that are gonna throw you shade. That's okay,
Yeah.
and who cares, right? Like at the end of the day, it's like if you're enjoying what you do. Now, if you're trying to hit an agenda or you're trying to hit a subscriber count or a target, yeah, you're gonna have to kind of do what you have to do to get that. But if you're like me and Joe that just do it for love of the game, it's good, mate. It's all good, man. It's a lot of fun. And you don't have to do anything. I'm not trying to pressure you into anything. I'm just saying this.
Don't worry, don't worry. But I have been quite tempted before.
Yeah,
but,
don't.
Like, I think I remember there was like probably about a decade ago. Like I remember coming up with the name like Jimmy Fire Dragon. That's probably why it's like so cringe.
Yeah.
No, I like it.
And you got Devin, and like I said, I was listening to this. This was a great conversation. I was on their show, the Tech Disruptors, and Devin was on there. He was a great guy, and he was fantastic. And you got to start somewhere, man. Everybody started at 0.
Mm-hmm.
And we're okay, and we don't really grow that much. We have about between 60 and 80 downloads, and people love the stream. But here's the funny part: you'll be out in public, or you'll be at work, or you'll be with your friends, or just talking to people generally, and tell them you have a podcast, and they'll laugh. They'll go, "Really?" And then you go, "Yeah." And then you pull up like Podcast Addict or Spotify, whatever you use as your, and then you show, "Yeah, there's me," and then show them you're on YouTube, and they're immediately blown away. It's like, but yeah, but I have like maybe like 15 people show up. And then we have like 100 downloads, and they're like, "Yeah, but you're doing it, right?" I go,
"Yeah,
yeah."
Sometimes you'll get like 15 or 20 viewers, but then you sometimes get like maybe like 5 times that whenever it comes to downloads.
Yeah, and look at Michael Peck. He's been doing it for a while. I would say he's probably he's a really accomplished guy, very intelligent. He still struggles with seeing himself, and he's not.
I hate seeing myself. Yeah, I hate seeing myself.
I do too, but I don't care.
I never listen to myself either. I can't listen back to our shows.
Yeah, like I will admit, like I've been thinking like most of this stream, like I really don't want to like even with like the echo and whatnot, like from earlier, like I do want to like try and figure out like I was thinking maybe of like messaging you maybe Joe after and like asking if there's like a way to maybe like edit it or something like out.
Well, I don't know about the double feed. We're just
like
here's the thing.
The stream straight away.
Here's the thing. The one thing that we do here on the Nomad Tech Project, and this is something that I think we do, and we are never changing this. I am never going to edit the audio from this stream.
Yeah.
I don't care if I drop. I don't care if it's got dogs barking in the background. I mean, look at this. This is what I've been dealing with this for the last like 5 minutes, right?
Very
the dog,
cute there, very cute.
Yes, that's my dog, right? And she's like trying to get out, and then I open the door and close the door, and then she'll scratch the door. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
but
like I think I remember there was like a bit of like one of my neighbors or something like had to do something earlier, and I was trying to like think of like a way or figure out a way to like maybe like mute myself or like try and like get that noise out or something like after the stream goes up.
No, that's okay. And like I said, we're gonna post it.
Like just rain started there now.
No,
the UK weather.
Like I said, and then what I would suggest doing is like what I did at first was just recording it and getting in StreamYard, and you can get the free version or whatever. Just audio recorder and just record yourself.
First time I've been using StreamYard. I don't think I've used it before.
Yeah, you wouldn't have, would you? I mean, I didn't until I met Sam.
Or restream or whatever.
Or just never been on like say OneStream or TK.
No, I'd never been on there either. So but listen to your audio and just start talking about something and it's good to have a conversation with somebody and just record the conversation and then listen to it the first time and you'll hear all your audio cues, things you don't like, and you can kind of think about how it is. That's what I did.
Yeah,
I actually had a conversation.
Been, like way more a good, like much more fun than like I'd expected. I thought it was gonna be like like really, really nerve wracking at first.
Yeah.
Which for the first few minutes it kind of was, but ended up being like not as bad, thankfully.
No, and we're not going to
Yeah,
give
we're
you a
just-
hard time. We're
Because
just
like
mates, right?
he's like, I have got chatting news in the stream before in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're just
and,
chilling out, Jimmy. We're just hanging out, man.
and the DT is telling you, bottom line, take your time. If you ever
Yeah,
start
it's
doing
kind of like
something you're
we're
alone,
just chilling, having a pint in the pub.
yeah,
Yeah.
And like
absolutely,
a Weatherspoons Joe.
absolutely.
Can't go wrong with the spoons.
All right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, so
Yeah,
Jimmy,
get
you're
that
always
medicine.
welcome to come on. Think about it, and if you don't, that's okay too. We'll still, we always appreciate you coming on the streams and always talk about the hydration and just the fact that you're engaged and give feedback is something that we really appreciate, and we really
100%.
love having you on the show and being a part
Yeah,
of the community. It's
surprise
awesome.
or the shout out from Jermaine was quite a nice surprise recently.
Yeah.
I think it was not the last video from about the Vivo, the V40, but I think it was the one before that. Not too sure if it was that one about the X100, but it was within the past few days. It was quite a nice surprise.
Yeah, Jermaine
5.5
recognises
odd
people
minutes
that.
in.
Jermaine's very good at recognising people. He's a great guy.
So just keep it in your back of your mind and think about it. And worst case, if you need to ever pick our brain, like I don't know what we can offer you as far technical ability, but we can give you encouragement and we'll show you some love. And I think you can do it, man. If you want to do something, try it out. And who cares? And if it works out great, good. If it doesn't, so what? At least you tried. Most people don't even get past that part.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
man.
encouragement, guys.
Yeah, Jimmy, we're proud of you, mate, taking this step because that's the
Thank
first
you very
step.
much.
Yeah. So thanks for coming on the show and spending an hour and a half of your life that you're never giving back. So, thanks for
Man, I'm
donating.
hoping to join El Jefes later.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have something to do, but
coming
I
on?
always listen. Jeff's great. I love his
I'm
show.
going bed.
Yeah, mate, he's gonna go to bed. So we
In the bed
appreciate
at 10:30.
right?
Yeah, man. Well, 10:30, 11. Sometimes I've been going later, but I feel like absolute crap when I do that.
Right. And Joe's old.
Oh, there's a date you had.
Yeah,
I'm getting old.
Joe's old.
I'm
Hopefully,
old.
maybe see you tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
On
All right,
Wednesday.
mates. So Jimmy, thanks for so much for coming on. Joe, anything else before we get out of this popsicle stand? They have popsicles in the UK.
Popsicles.
Like,
Ice lolling.
Like ice
Ice-
flavored ice
Yeah,
on a
It
stick.
can be the good old like
Yeah,
Magnum
of
or Magnums are great,
Yeah, I like Magnums. I like
Absolutely.
Twisters.
but they can be quite expensive. Apparently, there's a new flavor of Ben and Jerry's coming out.
Oh yeah.
Is
I
it?
think it was on their Instagram story they posted.
All right. Well, there you go. So
Yeah,
if you're
I
into
like
ice
Ben
cream,
Jerry's.
it sounds like a good idea. We'll have that chat next time we have you on, Jimmy. So let us know when you're available, and we'd love to have you on again, mate. That'd
Should be
awesome.
free next week because might be free or might be out next Sunday, but I should be free. If not 9 o'clock, maybe like just after, like 5 or 10 past.
Sounds good. Well, we'll reach out to you, and thanks for coming on. And we're happy to have you part of the community. And thanks so much for your support, and we really appreciate you as always, mate.
So as we're talking
thanks.
about ice cream, I'm going to end with a recommendation. Haagen-Dazs salted caramel.
Oh, it's great, and a good bit of Ben and Jerry's as well, or Magnum. But
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry's can be very expensive. I usually
Absolutely.
get it
That's the
whenever it's
thing,
on
man.
offer.
Wait till it's on offer.
Yeah, it's
Right.
annoying. It's usually like
Uh,
five or 6 quid, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and mute Jimmy. So I'm going to intro this. So, Jimmy, thank you so much. I want to meet you real quick. Yeah, stay hydrated, just like Jimmy said.
H2O.
Get your H2O or alcohol, whatever works for your hydration. And like I said, we appreciate that. Remember, skin your shit. We will be back next week with another Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe. We love you guys. Be excellent to each other. Don't be a dick. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks, everybody. Take
See you
care.
next week.
Bye
Have a good
bye.
day.
Thanks, Ian. Bye.